Recording. All right, guys. Welcome back to Zyberpunky and Friends. Tonight we have once again Officer Dan.
Hello.
So yes, for today we're going to be talking about a little bit of the Summer Game Fest from Jeff Keighley.
It really took me by surprise. We're recording this on the 12th.
Oh yeah,
May 12th.
yeah, May
And
12th.
it's like still technically spring. And I had heard of Summer Game Fest. It's certainly making the rounds because these trying times that we're in and E3 being
Yeah,
canceled, that something else, you know, game news related at all is going to stand out. And there's already just that speculation this is like the new E3 and whatever, without even seeing seeing anything from it at all. And I knew it was going to be I just knew it was Jeff Keighley doing something. I knew it was stretched out over a short period of time for any developers that want to jump in at their convenience, since it's kind of a last minute thing. I can't help but feel like um
yeah,
and yeah, and then Zyber here is telling me, it starts today, the 12th, when we're recording this.
I mean, it's just a weird day to just like, okay, let's start with new stuff. It's a Tuesday, uh, but it's like starting the summer thing. I mean, it's already summertime.
I suppose.
Yeah. So right now we're not used to getting these type of events now. We're used to them like in mid June, like E3 thing. But we all know that E3, well, they canceled this year. And right now we're just like, okay, I think Jeff Keighley is going to keep on with his own thing now, besides the Game Awards and now this. So, before we get into the news of today, what do you think about this new Jeff Keighley thing besides the Game Awards? Because last year we seen the Game Awards and it was like, besides the awards, there was trailers and there were gameplay, there were new games to show, the the Xbox Series X reveal, something that E3 would do. And now we see Jeff Keighley doing this Summer Game Fest. And like, okay, maybe Jeff Keighley just going to kill off E3 this time. So what do you think about that?
um I think uh I think people have just loved hating on E3 these past few times.
Yeah.
And they have such good, like, lots of people have such good reason to.
Yeah.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest. But at the same time, also, the community of gamers at large is just really good at complaining about absolutely everything. It doesn't matter how long and hard and how much money is put into like a project or like a particular game. There'll be like some kind of bug in it, and there'll always be like a really loud amount of people be like, how could you do this, this is awful.
Yeah.
You can just fill in the blank. You could stick it in with anything. There's like too many examples. I think it's really cool that the Dorito Pope himself, Jeff Keighley, is like stepping up to the plate. Like, we still want a way to have game news this summer. Like, when summer comes around, it's just universal for the gaming community at large. Like,
Mhm.
video game Christmas. I'm sure you've heard that.
Right.
It's like this is video game Christmas. This is the one time a year we just expect like the really big news.
Exactly.
Um,
The Super Bowl.
and yeah, and I I don't know if that's gonna like leave like a hole that can't be filled. Like, we still need to have our holiday
Yeah.
when stuff, like, because this is great. I love this format where he just has open invitation to any developer that wants to participate, which is why it's stretched out all through the summer. I see here, like, in the schedule, he's got like up to August kind of like marked out, even though there isn't anything else for May until tomorrow. Again, today the 12th being when we record this for tomorrow.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
um I think this is a fun idea for the developers that like wanted, some of them really do depend on E3 to
Indeed.
get the
Yeah.
name out there. They're like lumped in with like the other big gaming networks, like, IGN would have their own show that they're doing, and GameSpot's got their own show that they're doing, and Twitch has their own show that they're doing, and everything. They depended on being a part of these big, huge 12-hour blocks of
Yeah.
programming that went on for those like 4 or 5 days.
Exactly.
Um, to be able to keep that up. So I think it's really great that he's like opened this up. Yeah, I mean, you watch the video and it is just Skype calls and whatever, but this is what we come to expect now with the world being the way that it is at the moment. And
Yes.
I think people are probably I hope to see more people jump into it, honestly. But that's my reservations. I think we would still expect like some kind of big video game Christmas Day, or the developers, like the big boys, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, will still
Mm-hmm.
just have their big Ultimate Direct, and uh, I guess that'll be as close as it is. We just won't have it all on the same day because they'll be moving along their own timetable.
Exactly. Yeah, they all have their own schedule times. We do not know when the next Nintendo Direct will be on. Maybe they will be announced. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow we have some announcement for Nintendo Switch games. I think for tomorrow, my prediction will be more like AAA third party games. That's a maybe. I do not know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's beginning to have this online thing. Everyone on their own. Everyone with their own stuff. Even Ubisoft is thinking of doing something for themselves this summer. Guess revealing a decent gameplay for Valhalla. Um, Sony is actually showing gameplay for this Thursday for Ghost of Tsushima. Inside Xbox, we've seen it. I think it was on the weekend.
Yeah, that was the other day. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, everything is going digital. I mean, it's less pricey. It's you save a lot of money. I mean, because E3 is expensive. Like, and I know
Sure.
these companies are rich and they're multi-billionaire, but when you see that, okay, this saves more money to, this money I can make it, like, I can give it to a independent developer or my studios. You can save that money for something that is convenient for your studios, first party studios. That's what I meant. So having this right now, this summer game fest, is just like, okay, maybe E3 should be going digital next year, and
Mm-hmm.
that's a big change because we're not used to that. I mean, not even the press, because the press conference is way more to the one-to-one talk. They like to experience the game in person. But in the end of the day, this could be, we can release, let's see, a demo for the rest of 3 days, and we can give you a code, and you can play for 3 days, and that's it. And we can have the press conference online, Skype, Discord, Zoom, whatever you uh, whatever is easy for for to do interviews and to ask questions about the game and to know a little bit about the game. You know, but it's a lot easier. It's a lot less expensive. Uh, and yeah, I think I think this is what the future is. um, and of course, it's for me. I know that E3, like a lot of people just go there to just like it's E3 is more like also like a Comic Con.
Yep.
You know, people interact, people talk, people you know, those things will be missed. I do not like that to go away, but at the same time, it's less expensive. Uh, People are going to save more money, and especially these companies that are, um they have these hardwares to maintain, like Xbox and Sony and Nintendo, which they have, you know, their own hardware, like the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, and that's more expensive, even if you know, it's all in there. It's all about, you know, the money. It's um and also the games. Now for today, there's some uh really cool stuff about the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake. Um,
Yes.
wow. What do you think about that?
Everything's getting remastered.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's what it
but
is.
you know what? In their fairness, it's like they're remastering 2 games and then
Yeah,
making it one
in
game.
one game, yeah.
So they're still different from everybody else
All right,
in that
right.
regard.
Yeah.
I hadn't watched. It looks like in that Summer Game Fest video, um, Tony is there.
Yeah.
The Birdman himself is there
Yeah.
talking about it, and so I got to see some more gameplay. It looks like it's not just limited to the systems, like the exact gameplay engine implementations that were just in
Yeah.
1 and 2. Just as somebody who's played like a ton of Tony Hawk games,
Oh yeah.
I have the ones that matter.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Um,
1
yeah,
and 2.
and beyond. I really personally enjoy. I think Underground 2 the most. I don't know why. But that aside, it looks like it's not just limited to like what innovations, tricks and moves you were doing to just the first 1 and 2 games. This is a long-winded way to say it looks like just there's more to it than
Right.
that. Like just a little bit I saw, like the special manual tricks, like a bunch of them weren't in, weren't in 1 or 2. You couldn't even manual in the first game, and so
Right.
that they're just taking stuff that they learned, put it in later. What I wanted to find out, again, I didn't watch the video. I wanted to see who is developing it, because I just want to make sure it's not the same developers as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, because everybody hated that game.
Oh yeah.
So it would be, if it is the same developer, hopefully like they got their butt spanked and stuff, like, and got a little bit better on it,
Let me see.
because there was really big mistakes in that game. So I need to find that out. I'm not too sure. Is this something you're looking up?
Yeah.
Or, yeah. I mean, I don't know who it was. There's something about like, I'm trying to remember if this was Tony Hawk, but I thought like you even had to download most of the game for it to work or something. I can't really remember.
I see that it's a remaster, not a remake.
Yes.
So let's see. Jesus, the freaking developer here.
Yeah, they're like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 was just panned big time. And it was developed by Robomondo, Disruptive Games, Fun Labs. It sounds like 3 different. And it was only published by Activision. Because I'm not sure what was happening with Neversoft, because they like famously did all of those. You know, that creepy eyeball.
Yeah, yeah.
Defunct. Yeah, they never because Neversoft went out of business July 10th, 2014. This
Right.
says. On the topic of Tony Hawk, this is fun. This is timely news. Uh, that I had seen like a little teaser trailer for this. They like had some sample footage that they were shopping around. I
Yeah.
can't remember if it was 1 year ago or two, where there's a documentary trying to raise money about the Tony Hawk developers and how the Tony Hawk games even came about. And I had seen news recently that they had like acquired funding or they were like in some stage of development. Either way, I was really happy to hear that it was like moving forward, and it's like a project that's not dead in the water. They were like out to interview like ex Neversoft developers and like the producers and probably pro skaters and stuff like that.
Right.
I wanted to call the documentary "Pretending I'm a Superman" because that Goldfinger song is basically the theme song for for the Tony Hawk games.
Oh, indeed. There's a link on the Polygon. I think they. I can see here that. Uh, let's see. Visions, which remaster the first three Crash Bandicoot games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, all right.
People seem to like those just fine.
Yeah. So at least we're not going to have a Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 shit. Unless they go extremely bad and just forget about the rest. But I think if it's a remake, this looks more like a freaking remake. I mean, the freaking graphics looks modern, like, very sharp and colorful.
Oh yeah, it's that's how far and long it's been since a good Tony Hawk game. That like we're up to like the new the new lighting engine standards here for
Yeah.
graphics. They say that you're going to be able to share custom parks in like the creative park.
Oh, nice. Was that actually a thing on the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5?
No, there wasn't even a creator park in
Jesus.
Pro Skater 5, I don't think. I didn't play it, but I know that a ton of stuff was missing, so I want to say that like stuff like that was even missing.
Yeah.
And certainly I mean, I didn't play Project 8 or anything, but this series of games is like still kind of largely like before like big like where networking was integrated even deeper, you know? Like
Mhm.
there's a there was online in like some PC versions of them, but I think it was mostly just to mess around and stuff like that. There's a modification for Underground 2 on PC that I tried a little bit myself that was able to use that code inside it, and even then it was still just hanging out and skating. I don't think there was even any interactivity or much like that.
Wow.
Skateboarding games were just they were like a lost art. People
Yeah.
especially miss skate. I mean, that was just like
Yeah.
people like to talk about that every every E3 and stuff. I mean, and those games are awesome. But there wasn't anything like Tony Hawk or whatever. The closest thing that I had seen in recent years was just like a little indie studio doing their own thing, or like there's this thing in early access I'm following called Sessions that also looks promising. It's like their own spin on skate. With when I was looking into that had good gameplay tweaks, but Tony Hawk is just always its own thing. It's like a thing I appreciate about game design a lot. Actually, you're just using absolutely everything on the controller all the time. Every button has a use to it.
Yes, indeed. Like, I really hate those games that really repeated like a button. Like, if you press square, it's the same one with the R2 or R1. It just don't be that lazy. Yeah, it's but yeah, that's at least we're getting a good remastered Tony Hawk. I mean, this considers as a sport game. I mean, I don't know what happened. What went wrong with the Tony Pro Skater? I mean, like, Skate was something, and even there was some, I think it was Ubisoft or some that has snowboarding. Uh,
Yeah, steep.
yeah, the steep
It
one.
looked really promising.
Yeah, but I don't know how that went. So, I mean, I don't know what even skateboarding on the PlayStation One games. Those were really good. Um, I don't know how the old snowboarding games. I barely remember their name, but I
Well, I mean,
used.
I know 1080 on the 64, and like Avalanche on the GameCube.
Okay.
But SSX Tricky is something like I keep seeing cropped up every now and then because I just do a lot of talking about retro games on streams and stuff, and enough people have like brought up SSX Tricky randomly. I like wanted to go back to that.
Indeed, nice. So yeah, I hope that this remaster does well. I don't want it to fail. I really want to support it. If it's actually good, if it's bad, then you will see me skipping this game. But yeah, looking forward to buying this game, and I hope that the Summer Game Fest will give us something like this. Because this was a surprise. I never thought we were going to have this kind of remastered Tony Hawk games, especially 1 and 2, which they were like the most selling ones. And actually Underground, I think that was a PlayStation 2, if I'm not mistaken. Was it?
Underground was on GameCube. That's where I played it.
Okay. Yeah,
Those games came out on everything.
Yeah, even on the Xbox original, I remember that.
Yeah, I mean even Dreamcast got the first two at least. I don't know if it lived long enough to get the third one.
Maybe, because Dreamcast was discontinued on the 2001 here on the US.
Yeah, I think I got the first two though.
So it could be there. It could be there.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really tell. Oh, okay.
So what I see here for the Summer Game Fest, so it started today, and this will be up to August. So we got May, June, July, and August.
That makes a stream of things to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Jeff Keighley is, thinking about. I mean, since all this quarantine has been holding off a lot of stuff, even game developing, and a lot of stuff. Just including just the gaming industry as a whole. Even developing a game. But I think the last two PlayStation games from the PlayStation 4 games will be The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima. And we just have to wait until the next generation, which we do not know what's going to happen next.
Oh man!
Because right now, things have been silent with the PlayStation 5.
It feels wrong.
Yeah. Even the pricing. I mean, none of them have been like telling the price yet. They're like trying to like wait on each other, like who's gonna launch the price first. So that's a strategy, I know, but I don't know, man. But maybe the Summer Game Fest will actually have those kinds of reveal. Unless if Inside Xbox or State of Play from the PlayStation may do that on their own. But yeah, it all depends on Jeff Keighley visions about this kind of stuff here in the Summer Game Fest. We could also have a Fall Game Fest or a Winter Game Fest.
Yeah.
We don't know. I mean, Jeff Keighley just like Summer Game Fest because there's no E3, but we just have to wait and see. Because this is May, June, July, August. It's 4 months straight talking about games. So it's not like E3, which is it's only 2 weeks. That's it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I hope for the best for Jeff Keighley on this one. So yeah, I think this is all I have to say about the Game Fest. I think tomorrow, May 13, if you're watching this today, which is May 13, I think this will be at 11 a.m. Eastern Time and 9 a.m. Pacific Time. So yeah. Anything else you want to say about this, Dan?
It snuck up on me. Yeah, now it's a thing to watch out for. I'm cautiously optimistic.
I mean, it's
the way
starting.
we do things.
Yeah, it's starting,
Yeah.
so we're not used to this kind of like reveal thing and Summerfest, so we just have to get used to it until we get used to like these pop-ups, like Jeff Keighley announced it a lot in his Twitter account. That's how I actually knew about this. I'm like, wait, what? Is it today? So yeah, it's like him doing it by itself, but it's not. I think he has people. He knows what he's doing, but it seems like he's doing this by his own, but it's not. But it's just him, being the leader. So that's why it's just like him promoting and all that stuff, and that's why it's like it's a slow start for him for the Summer Game Fest. It's not like an E3 that everyone knows when it is and all that. But for this one, it's just like surprise. Today we're gonna have an event. At least we have something for tomorrow. So let's just wait and see.
Yep.
So yeah, guys, this will be it. And thank you, Dan, for being here. This has been Zyberpunky.
It's not Officer Dan. Thanks for listening.
See you guys later.